joining us via satellite from New York with their attorney, Joe Tacopina. So, folks, thanks so much for being here. Let me start out by asking you, Deb, you guys haven't done any talking about this for the last 90-plus days. Tell me why.
Well, we wanted them to be able to investigate, things to quiet down, have some leads looked into, and then when we were ready to, if they were going to be exhausted or nothing came of them, then we started doing media again, so that's why.
All right. During that time, did anything come up that has shed new light? Is there anything that we don't know that during that 90 days did, in fact, develop?
Yes, but I'm not going to speak about it.
Dr. Phil, I could enlighten you a little bit on that. There were a lot of people coming forward, and there were some substantial leads that were developed, including three, and I said repeat, three witnesses who saw an individual in the area walking around various parts of that suburb of Kansas City with a baby in a diaper and nothing more at midnight, at 2 in the morning, at 4 in the morning. Mm-hmm. Independent, absolutely credible witnesses who don't know, the family or anyone else, made three independent sightings. And to me, that is powerful evidence that there is leads that are out there that need to be followed.
All right, now, and let's talk about these sightings that you're talking about. I understand that at least one of those, there's actually videotape of a person walking, and it was 45 degrees out, and I believe one of these sightings was a person in just a shirt and pants carrying a baby. No coat, no blankets, not anything, and 45 degrees out. Is that true?
That's accurate. It's a direct trajectory away from the house. The first sighting was around, a little after midnight, close by to Deb and Jeremy's house. Then we see that videotape around 2 in the morning by a gas station, which is a little further away, but it's also near a wooded area right behind the gas station where you see that individual disappearing to. Okay. Very nearby a dumpster where there was a fire that night and scorched baby clothes were in. Then a little further down the road, about 2 hours later, Mike Thompson, another individual witness, driving, sees a man matching the same description as the individual by the Irwin home, carrying a baby with just a diaper on. I mean, that is, Dr. Phil, I've been a prosecutor, defense lawyer. That is pretty powerful evidence that there are answers out there.
So your theory is that these three sightings are very likely the same person, and they're in a trajectory away from the house that at a walking pace would have put these people in position A, B, and C, moving away from the home, and with an eyewitness saying they had a baby in their arms.
Multiple eyewitnesses, that's right.
Okay, right, three different eyewitnesses, okay. Jeremy, what's your theory about what happened here?
All I know is that someone came into our house and took her for some reason, and all I know is that she's still out there somewhere.
And how is the community treating you two as a couple at this point? Are they supportive? Are they suspicious?
It's a little bit of both. There's a lot of people that are coming forward and helping, supporting, etc. There's also a lot of people that are out there and don't have a lot of information and make ridiculous accusations. But
it's been reported that police have tried to get the two of you to interview separately from each other. Has this happened yet?
Not only has it happened, it's happened repeatedly. 5 times. We've totaled it's about 40 hours of interviews, both separate and apart. They've asked every question twice and 3 times. They have no other information, and they've repeatedly given the same information to authorities. And here's the problem. We're working both with the FBI and local law enforcement involved as well. And I don't know how well those two organizations are working together. The feds have been very open with us. FBI has done, I think, a good job in trying to track down, eliminate certain things. But, the Kansas City PD have not been, open with this family. I mean, it's okay for law enforcement to start with Deb and Jeremy as suspects, if you will, by looking at them. But to jump to conclusions within an hour without having any information, I'm not going to let them sit prey to some,
well, of course.
Accusation
Well, of course,
session.
I understand. And this is exactly why I want to ask these questions, because if there's misinformation out there, then you're clearing it up in a major way here. So
And that's why they're here. That's why they're here today, by the way.
Well, but
This is
they're
the
not
first time they've
talking.
spoken.
But they're not talking. You're talking.
Well,
So,
because you're asking certain questions,
okay,
Dr.
and I
Phil, that
understand.
we've decided are going to be handled by me. Now, if your producer had a problem with that, they knew we were here.
No, we wanted you to be here, but I do want to know what they have to say about the situation as well. And I'm curious, at this point, Deb, Jeremy, do y'all feel that you've gotten a fair shake from the Kansas City Police Department?
No, I don't.
So you think they jumped to conclusions about you in the beginning, as your attorney points out?
Yeah, and there's nothing but misinformation out there. That's all there is. There is nothing but theories and accusations, and I mean, the internet, there's just people making outright lies that they've seen me do this or seen me here. I mean, it just became a circus, and it's not a joke. It is not a circus. It is not a game. This is my baby.
All right, well, listen, that's exactly what I want us to talk about, because those things that are out there that are misinformation, and, Joe, you've been on both sides of these situations, that's nothing but distraction. And if they're going down the wrong road, then that means they're not going down the right road. And what we want is to find this precious child. Most parents say they would do anything to find their child. So why have Lisa's parents been accused of being uncooperative with police? What really happened on the night of October 3rd? I have some serious questions, and I want some serious